Welcome to Mango Bay. Today we're talking about Usama having a near-death experience. We talk about the changing demographics of the UK. Christians are no longer the majority there. Then we talk about some World Cup madness, Iran, Saudi Arabia, getting paid, not getting killed, Islam. It's all in here. You know what's up. You know what's up. We love you.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay. Mango
Bay.
Mango fucking Bay.
Hello, Mango Bay.
Welcome.
Welcome. One-stop shop to South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys who are brown comics in New York City. We bring the jokes, we bring the stories, we bring the riffs. We bring it all.
We bring it all.
We got this fucking studio. I can't get over this.
We got
dude.
a sick fucking studio in
Dude,
here.
I feel like Homer, that Homer meme where I just go back into the hedges.
Into the hedges.
But it's the tropical Homer meme.
Oh, yeah, because you're going back in to get sucked off.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's really nice. It is a good vibe in here. Because we went through an ugly duckling phase with the studio when we moved into this room. It was still, we brought back the gray couches, which were just, saturated with cum.
It's like, okay, so we had this is the evolution of the Mango Bay studio, right? We first come in to that room, right? That was like, 3 years ago?
The living room.
I have the body of a mic stand.
That's
right?
true. That was him right there.
He has the body of the bulbous part of a mic.
Sure.
Right?
I wasn't that big, but okay.
We're huge.
Just a reminder,
is
I
the
was
word.
still pulling top quality trim.
Yeah, he was pulling pork into his mouth.
I had a lot of pork, too.
A lot of pulled pork. And then we started, that was that. It was an open space. Then we moved here. Then we get the yellow couch. The
mango couch.
That was a big win because we got a yellow couch, feeling good. Then we changed to switcher. We came here. Gray couch.
Gray couch was
We're back.
And gray couch was real dusty
They
looking.
pulled me. We relapsed, basically.
Yeah, and
on
we
this.
had that raggedy, and I think the real tipping point for us was apparently Rami texted us to tell us his girlfriend or his wife
What?
that she was like how hood the studio looked. And we were like,
that was a moment.
we were like, ha ha ha, laugh react, and then we're like,
I put the phone away.
yeah.
Like, are you filming this in India?
I know. It was.
Because Arabs and Indians always have like a little rivalry. And her wife felt good that day. Like, oh yeah, these Indians got a shitty ass studio.
They do. What is the Arab-Indian rivalry? It's not really a rivalry. It's that at one point Arabs or Arab culture almost subjugated South Asia, right?
Well, they did, right?
They did, but
Yeah.
again, it's been a struggle, right?
Right.
And now, okay, that phase of is kind of over, and now we're in another phase though, where Arab countries are all fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the
And-
gang
and-
that can't
and-
shoot straight.
And India's coming up.
And India also can't shoot straight either. Bangladesh, Pakistan. It's not like we're the best either.
I mean, our field goal percentage is higher.
But yeah, but you know
what
what?
I'm saying?
In terms of our exports, like we're coming up.
Well,
you know
what's
what I
interesting
mean?
is that there's an idea that Hindu Indians. Because I told you this when I did the Arabic dick sucking joke, where like Arabic sounds like sucking dick.
Yeah.
Nowhere did it work harder than Delhi.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm talking. Modi came down, gave me one of his jackets. Level of funny. But if I did it in Hyderabad, that joke bombed harder than anything I've ever, because they have the Pakistani type Muslims there.
Well, it's not. No, I don't. Here's where I would disagree with that. Is that it's not that. Is that it's actually become a more cosmopolitan place because of the economy.
Sure.
and tech
Hyderabad
and
has
all
more
that.
English speakers than anyone. I mean, they speak better English than us.
Yeah.
But
And so for them, it's like it's not cool, man. They're minorities. or
sure,
whatever, right?
But the show I was doing,
Which is fair.
had a lot of Muslim dudes there because Hyderabad has mad Muslims there.
Yeah.
And so the Muslim Indians are like Arab loving in a way because they're like the Muslim connection, I think. So there's a little bit more like
this is a whole thing. I'm on Reddit sometimes, and I saw like a Pakistani post, and they were like, "What's up with Pakistanis always trying to be Arab?"
yeah.
And people were like unpacking that. I've never personally witnessed that though of like this whole Arab cosplay thing.
No.
You know what I
It's
mean?
definitely there. I grew up with it, dude.
Really?
Yeah. You'll see you'll go to hookah lounges in Dallas. You'll walk in and everyone there.
The one-line beards.
Bro, they look like fucking emirs, but like low-level emirs, who just take care
Amir's
of
on the come up.
Amir's on the come up, dude. You know, Amir XXL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Freshman class, and they're all Pakistani,
Right.
but they love the little, the abaya type shit, whatever the male version is.
I always get
the
jealous
qub,
of
the qab or the kutum.
I always get a little jealous of like desi Muslims because they'll all of a sudden pull out some Arabic words and be like, bro, I was down there, I was eating that pussy and Bismillah. I'm like, what? What the fuck was
what
that?
they're saying. First of all, we're not Jamaican witch doctors, okay? So what they're saying, astaghfirullah means
that is a word.
holy shit.
Okay.
It's holy shit, but for a god.
Okay.
You know, like astaghfirullah. Like if I cuss in front of mom, if I say you're stupid, mom, she's like astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah.
She's like, oh my God. Like
Oh
that.
my god, right?
Like I'm appalled.
Right. Before you eat pussy, he's saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making it.
But your makeup was so close. That's
It
why
was
I had to
close.
clarify this.
I've had a lot of Arab exposure. I told you. I used to
Yeah.
date an Arab for a while. I've been in the region a little bit. You know.
Right.
Free Palestine. I've always been one of those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So I've had a lot of
He
exposure.
was an Arab Rush Week, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
So I've always all the Arabs that I know I've loved, except for one.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
just my next door neighbor. Bin Laden, pretty chill.
I don't know. Was Bin Laden an Arab?
I don't know. He's Pakistani.
No, he's not
Yemeni.
Pakistani. You. Oh my God.
What?
How dare you? That's blasphemous.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He stayed in Pakistan. He became his de facto. He became a.
I
They
pride
gave him the
my-
key to the city of
Dude,
Abbottabad or whatever.
I'm one of those guys who doesn't know too much about the worst terrorists on earth. I'm just one of those
You're
guys.
horrible. Okay, that's what that is.
Oh, Zawahiri, though. I got his baseball card.
He was.
Okay?
Bin Laden was Yemeni,
He was Yemen, yes.
and
yes.
I'm like, are Yemenis? Yemenis are Arabs. They speak Arabic.
Yes,
right? I
yes.
guess they are. But sometimes you look at Yemenis, and I'm like, are you sure you're not black?
They have nappy hair.
I mean, then you get the Delhi Yemenis, the bodega Yemenis, and they're like fully like, what up, son?
Because honestly, like Osama bin
Dead
Laden,
ass, dead ass.
Kimbo Slice, it's the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kimbo Slice could have been like a fucking. He's got like Imam vibes, old school. He's got like Boko Haram Imam.
He's Boko Haram.
But he's like the Imam of Boko Haram. Poor Kimbo. Rest in peace.
Kimbo Slice, dude.
Astaghfirullah.
Kimbo Slice, man, he's dead.
But I always used to be jealous of when Indian Muslims who would then pull out the Arabic and be like, yeah, we in this clique.
Yeah.
That's their little shibboleth is
They-
the 3 Arabic words that they know, but they use for 90% of their vocabulary.
100%, dude. You got those guys in Plano who are like very like whitewashed, but they'll really go hard for halal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, motherfucker, I only eat halal. They start doing the dabke fucking in a circle.
In a circle. He pulls out an AK, starts blasting it in the air.
Nothing makes an Arab guy happier at a wedding than like only dudes.
Yeah, only
Dude, they do not want to. Every hot chick in the world is behind them.
I know,
And the
like,
dude was like,
yeah.
"Oh, my boys,
Bros before hoes.
my boys, my bros."
Hypermask, dude. Hypermask.
Truly, we got to get into it. Let's go into our jungly story of the week. Some
What you
wild
got?
story from the week, dude. I gotta just like when you realize that like you gotta just have more self possession.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where like you just gotta be more aware of you and your spatial surroundings. Because I'll just be like hanging out and just be like just a fucking full.
Yeah, you are. You're
full
like
seizure.
you're like an octopus. Like
I'm-
your limbs are flailing.
My octopus friend. That's the
You're an
documentary.
electric octopus.
Just 8 arms. Just
Yeah.
fucking
I
coming
mean,
around.
you are a flailer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You be out there like.
And I be inking them hoes.
Yeah.
Okay, I be inking them. So I was in Greenpoint. I was just like hanging out with a friend. I was with my boy, and I'm like walking. I'm like saying bye to him, but as I'm like doing bye, but I'm like walking backwards. I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. And then I turn around, and a full bus is just going at full blast. I look back, and if I had done one more step, I would have been killed by a bus.
My palms are getting sweaty right now.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Yeah, I mean, that's very, very nerve-wracking.
And I had a dream about this for 3 days straight because I was this close to death.
That is my most persistent fear
It's a
of
bus.
living in New York is getting whacked by a bus or a truck. I always think about it.
Bro.
I always, like, at least 2 or 3 times a day.
Bro, I've done the thing now where I'm like, at the subway, you know, I won't stay at the edge. I'll go behind the pillar and put my shoulder behind the pillar. So if someone's trying to kill me, they'll have to do a little bit of a work.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't want to look like a bitch either. So I just kind of like I'm like a not bitch hang in the back.
What do you mean?
Like I'll just stand behind the pillar, but not fully behind the pillar.
What pillar are you talking
Like
about?
in the MTA. You know what I'm saying?
The subway now. You're talking subway. Okay.
But yeah, I'm fearful of the subway. But bro, this thing was like grazed my nose, dude. I was fucking.
Dude, that is terrifying.
It was fucking for real, dude.
Did you piss or shit a little?
Dude, I always
Did you
just a little.
come? Did you have a boner?
Just a little. If I had a boner, it'd be clean off. Yeah.
Dude, gave you a little bony.
I survived.
Now this is the only way you can come.
I survived. I looked down. I had a boner during it, and my dick is gone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I survived, dude.
That's one happy bus then.
Dude, oh god. Yeah. Let's just say the ad has a little bit more, acrylic on it, but it was like terrifying. So the bus goes by, and then my friend just goes like, "Yeah," and this is the problem with dude friends is that
This is a fucking Mountain
they don't
Dew.
understand trauma. They're just like fucking. We're just little mountain goats, fucking hitting our antlers together. It's like this was probably the most scary moment of my life, and my friend, he's just like, "God." I just think we need to be more, fucking accepting of trauma in the moment. Because I guess we're both like,
What was your response? Were you just like,
it was actually me. I was actually
yeah,
yelling.
you were like, ah.
That was, 'cause what else do you do, bro? Yeah, I'm just fucking like, I laugh it off, and it's,
Bro, you gotta chill, man.
yeah, bro.
You gotta chill a little bit, just in terms of that, because you're always flailing, and yeah, you're not very good at spatial awareness.
Dude, I literally, dude, I'm just fucking.
You're like a character from God of War. You're like some kind of a creature from God of War that'll just be like, blah, 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 blah. We can't get too into God of War because I know we could.
We always use this metaphor, but I am like that used car salesman
the
fucking thing, with the air coming through
inflatable
it. Yes,
thing.
that's
of,
me.
yeah.
I be doing the Macarena in my sleep, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking flaily bitch.
You flail a lot.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I do maybe gotta be a little more aware because I was just like, imagine my last words.
And your friend laughed at you?
But yeah, we were also doing like some fake dick suck thing, right? So I was like, oh. Imagine my
That's
last,
the worst.
my last moment.
That's how you want to go out.
Oh, and they just found my body like, like this, just like chilling. Oh my god, dude.
And then that's how they're going to report it in the news. Comedian dies in dick sucking accident. I'm going to mention the bus.
It won't be worse than that. It's like professional dick sucker.
Yeah.
Moonlighting as a comedian, Usama Siddiquee.
Homeless cocksucker gets smashed by
Homeless-
no known residents.
Homeless rapist cocksucker.
Formidable IG following, but
Misspell my name like every flyer too. Usama Sudok. Homeless
Sudoku.
cocksucker. Homeless Sudoku Siddiquee cocksucker.
well, I'm glad you didn't die.
It was really
That
close,
would break
bro.
my heart.
No, of course, bro. I survived, but it was just very scary.
Did you get dreams about it too?
I had dreams about it, dude. And it was.
What were the dreams? It was just like replaying the scenario.
The dream was actually me like hitting it and bouncing back multiple times. So I'd be like, whoa.
Oh.
And me and buses almost had. I almost died in Bangladesh driving a motorcycle. I fell in front of a bus.
I'm surprised you had the balls to drive a motorcycle in Bangladesh.
I did, and it was fine on the highway. Then we get to the town hall. I'm not good enough at the gear shift. Immediately, I started freaking out. I fall over. My brother and my other cousins on there. Another bus is just coming through.
Oh, you got passengers on your bike.
I
You're
have
going
passengers.
real Bengali style.
Arnab for sure just bounces. He's like, "Dude, Usama, I'll see you next life. See you later."
Yeah.
He jumps off. I freak out. The motorcycle drops off. The bus is coming at like 40 miles an hour. Stops right here.
Oh my god.
The bus driver gets out, starts beating me a little bit,
As you deserve.
as you deserve. But that's what Bengalis will do. Bengalis in public space will just start beating you. And I deserved it. He started hitting me. My cousin held him off, but he started hitting me. This fucking bus driver.
I don't blame him. He's
I-
like,
I-
you fucking up my route,
Dude, I
motherfucker."
fucking deserved it.
You know,
dude.
he's
Yeah.
like, you could smell the American pussy on you. He was like, this bloody pussy trying to drive.
I'm wearing
DACA.
I'm wearing shoes.
Yeah.
That was the giveaway. Closed-toed shoes. And they fucking, these are two, like me and buses have had some run-ins.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do know what you're saying.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm glad you're alive, everybody. Thank God, or whatever it is that you do. Should we move on? We keep it moving.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Talk a little bit about the World Cup.
Yes.
I think it's hilarious. There was a story that the Saudi team who beat Argentina, I believe,
Yeah.
right, which is insane.
So crazy.
This really is like the apocalyptic World Cup because all these
Yeah.
teams that should not be, it's the first shall be last, last shall be first, biblical type vibes. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina.
Or Islam's winning. people.
Maybe.
about it.
It's, you know what's so funny, actually, before we get into it about these stories, is the perceptions of the World Cup. Because
Yeah.
everywhere else, if you look at any other country's perception of how the World Cup is, they're like, this is the worst fucking World Cup of all time. There's no gays
Yeah.
and there's no beers,
Yeah.
and people are getting really pressed about it. But then you'll go to like Muslim sites, like
Yeah.
the at Muslim IG. They're just like, this is the greatest World Cup of all time. Astaghfirullah, my friends. Everybody know this is the best one.
Dude, these Arabs.
the best.
You're right, they're doing that. And they're like fingering their buddy, being like, no gays.
Yeah.
Isn't this nice? No gays.
Who knows what's happening underneath
There's
that
this
kaftan?
video of like this is Arab reporter like going to this kid,
Yeah.
this rich kid who's like in the main zones, right, where everyone else is like the first class or whatever of the crowd, and he's this Qatari reporter. He's like, "Hello, Qatari youth, how are you doing? Are you like this? You enjoying yourself?" And the kid's like, "I love it. This is so nice." But it's just so weird seeing all these people who are going to hell.
Did he really say
100%. He's like, I just don't know what they're doing here. They're like all going to hell. Why are they so happy? I'll show you the video if I find it. This kid like genuinely confused about all these fucking revel rides. They're like, they're just going to hell.
Yeah.
That's what Qatar World Cup is in a nutshell.
Well-
It's Muslim countries disdaining every white person.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, now you're on our turf, bitch, you know? And like, and what I've been reading about it, like, apparently there's just kiosks everywhere trying to teach people about Islam. You know what I mean? Where it's like quotes from the Prophet, where it's like, smiling is nice or whatever, you know?
Dude,
It's
I love the idea of like some Man U type fan finding Islam.
Yeah.
He sees one of the kiosks. He's like, oh my, what? Oh my days. I had no idea. And he becomes Muslim.
I mean, Islam, if I could be super, super rich, like I get it why Andrew Tate and all convert to Islam, I would probably be Muslim because you get the wives and it's just everything is on lockdown. Everything is in your service.
Well, you get the last religion for men. For men, it ain't Shinto. Okay,
It ain't Shinto.
It ain't Shinto. It ain't Buddhist.
It ain't Hindu.
It ain't
And
Hindu.
You know what? Hindus are too like neurotic. There's just too much conversation, and let's talk about no. Boom. Listen, there's
Islam.
one God. Just shut the fuck up. Bros before hoes. Okay.
Bismillah means get back in the kitchen.
If you fuck with me, I'll triple luck your ass, and
Yeah.
it's like that's it.
It's all sanctioned, baby.
You know?
what I'm saying? Islam, and we have like women's rights too. Like, but the women can also do that. Then there's like an asterisk. It's like man can kill wife if he, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just asterisks everywhere. And you know what's interesting is like Quran came out, right? That was a big release.
It came out.
The drop, and then it wasn't man enough. So all these chieftains started making the hadith. Like,
yeah.
I also heard. Well, you know what also God said? Is that bitches be tripping.
Bitches be tripping.
So the hadith is this insane game of telephone where they made it even more man shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Islam is a religion of man, dude.
It is. But I love it because there's an amazing video I've seen before on like TikTok and it's of like this guy. He's from like Kazakhstan or something. You know, they're like gorilla pimping in Kazakhstan. They're brutal. You know, there's no finesse in their game at all. And he's like, "What did they tell you? What did they?" He's talking to his wife, and she's like some hot Kazakh chick, and she's just like, "What?" Said, "You're complaining too much about me hanging out, talking to my friends. Like, so what did I do? Yeah, so I moved your friend in, and he'd brag about how he married this other woman too, because he was tired of his wife talking on the phone all the time and hanging out with this chick, and he's like,
So he married his
so he
friend.
married the other one.
Whoa.
I was like, that's what's up.
That is.
It's actually an amazing novel by a French author named Michel Houellebecq. And he got a lot of shit about this novel. I think it's called Submission. I read it a long time ago when it came out.
Where is this going?
And he's like, and people were like, oh, because he had said some stuff about the Quran, like it has no literary value or whatever. But then he wrote this book basically about how Islam will take over France, right? And it's a very compelling like depiction of that. It's like very believable. And it's also very sympathetic towards it. But it is basically like, because this guy is like, you know, really likes to fuck the narrator. He's a typical Houellebecq narrator. He's a kind of malcontent, horny, whatever, right? A dark kind of figure. And so he's like, he actually kind of is like, oh yeah, this is actually kind of dope. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's the initial revulsion towards it. And then you talk about the anti-Semitism stuff, right? And Jewish friend is moving to Israel and blah, blah, blah. And you see all these weird little currents happening. And then finally he just kind of eases into it. And he's like, yeah, this is what's up.
You're right, because what it is, it's like BDSM with God. That's Islam.
Whoa.
It's bondage. It's submission.
It is submission.
And there's masochism. There's all the good stuff.
I mean, the Shias are into the flagellation, right?
They do. You ever say a Shia funeral too? They beat themselves during the... Yeah. It's insane, dude. And I went to a Shia funeral, and as the thing's going down, the funeral's going down, some guy's like, AGT, right? Like, can the corpse be down there fully?
I think I'm right now converting myself to Islam right now through this conversation.
No, dude, you're not.
You have nothing to do with it. Believe me. As soon as I'm in, I'm gonna stone you. Okay.
But that'll be pretty much within his rights, to be honest, because I'm the girl of the group. I'm the girl of the group.
But I've been loving all this. Like, getting back to it, I love the like contrasted World Cup perceptions.
Right.
Everyone else is like, there's no gays or beers. And then the Muslims are like, there's no gays or beers. Isn't it wonderful? I saved this picture on my phone. My girlfriend was going through my pictures and she started dying laughing. But it's from some like Muslim woman's Twitter account. And it shows like a heart with like the LGBTQ trans flag in it. And then this woman put in like a really sweet looking font, sin is sin. It's so insane. I don't know why I saved it, because I think I just
I have fans like this who DM me stuff like this.
Right.
You know? Like Muslim fans who are like this, dude.
Yeah.
They're like Hello Kitty, but for Islam.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like really twisted stuff, you know?
It's the same
perspective.
It's the same Hello Kitty like energy, but the scenes are like of locusts destroying
death
towns.
to non-believers.
Yeah. Infidels with a Z, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it is. I have this one like Yemeni fan or something like that who anytime I do any mom photos or I'm like shitting on my mom or like goofing on her, she'll quote the Quran at me in a DM. She's like, you know, like people who hate their mom will burn in hell forever. But then after she's like, love your content. You know what I'm saying? She's like kind of a super bubbly,
kind of
cute
flirtatious.
fan. It's kind of like Muslim foreplay. Is hit him with the fucking fire
It's
Quran
like women
verse.
love nothing more than to change a guy. And what is the biggest change you can implement than converting them religiously, or like, you know what I mean?
100%. And dude, I mean, how many Christian women like love like taking down like, you know, the gangster, you know what I'm saying, making him Christian,
of
you
course,
know, sow the seeds. Women love control.
They do. They do be loving control.
Oh, dude. You know, now I'm like realizing it's like people are like, God is a woman. God, I'm like, oh no, he's a man. And now you're like, God is for sure.
God is definitely
a white woman, a white lady,
vengeful,
and she be canceling, dude. No,
but you thought it was going to be that thing? No, it's not that thing anymore.
You know, it's so funny in this World Cup. So Iran, you know, is they came to this World Cup kind of as protesters of their own government.
Oh,
so,
right. They refused to do the national anthem, right?
Well, they did it, but the regime is so strong, they just said it quietly, right? So it wasn't like a full blast. You know, they were just
just mumbled it. They mumble rapped it.
Can you? Yeah. And then mumble rapped it.
I actually listened to the Iranian national anthem this morning.
What is it?
I don't fucking. It's
no
like,
gays.
Yeah,
no
it's like Baman, we are the
gays.
pride and the height of Islam. It's like basically like that. It's pretty good. I twerked.
Good shit. And so what happens is that they were all in heat for doing that.
They're all in heat.
They're all
like
having
horny,
kids basically, and they won the game.
They took a lot of shit. Right. They won against who? Wales.
Wales.
Yeah.
And what Ayatollah did was the day they won, he released 68 political prisoners
It's so fucking weird.
and he's like, good job, guys. Good job. If you win, daddy's nice. You know, you like that? You guys like that? What do y'all think? Then they lost to America. And I was watching that match with interesting, vibes. Because as an American, I'm like, get him. Fucking get him.
Right.
Get him. Everyone becomes a right-wing asshole when they're seeing their own country play. You know?
Okay.
Fucking get him.
I don't like sports, so
I
can't relate.
love slow soccer. And but other half of me knew that if these people lost, that those 68 were going to go right back into the goddamn jail.
Definitely. Not so fast.
Hey, come on, he's like mid-cheeseburger, Yeah. And they lost. And now there's like all these stories of like Iran soccer players might face charges.
I know. I've been hearing about that. Then on the other hand, you got the Saudi team who beat Argentina, which is fucking nuts.
That's insane.
And there was a rumor that each member of the team got Rolls Royces, like $500,000 Rolls Royces. And then I fact checked, and they didn't but they didn't. They allowed their families to live.
That's it.
And then in Saudi Arabia, that's the Rolls Royce of human rights. Okay, your families can live.
He's not rolling in his grave.
Yeah.
I think.
It
that's
shows
what they
you.
won. That's what they won.
That's an effective training thing, is to just hold people's families at gunpoint. It's like, you'll win a soccer game if that's what's happening. A little bone saw motivation.
They had like a little earphone in his head. He's about to get the goal. He's like, if you don't get this goal, fucking Hamad is through. Goal!
MBS gave them a pep talk in the locker room via video, and he's got a bone saw. He's like, what's going on, guys? Hey, just have fun out there.
Have fun.
Just have fun.
There's
Polishing
no
the bone
iron team. There is an iron kill. Dude, and like Argentinian teams like, guys, go out there, have a good time, make Maradona proud.
Yeah.
And then Saudi's like, let's play a game.
Exactly.
The Saudi saw is called bone saw. There's jigsaw.
They really do be living in Saw the movie in Saudi Arabia, though. You know what I mean?
I think
it's like you can do anything wrong and they'll kill you.
The writer of Saw just read like page 6 of the Hadith and was like, "We're using this. We're gonna use this one right here." Dude, there's my favorite Saw kill. My favorite Saw kill of all time. I've seen all the movies like 5 times. The guy's like waiting, and literally just 2 big ice blocks come in and just ice cubes smash him.
What?
There's 2 ice cubes. It's like, come and smash the guy.
That's absurd.
It's crazy. And this is the guy who survived the first Saw. Anyway.
I've never seen the Saw.
I
saw the first.
You would
Saw,
love Saw, dude.
I would not. I don't like the gory.
Oh, you don't like
movies,
gore?
No.
Okay.
I like paranormal shit.
Got you.
Creepy, eerie.
Have you seen The Menu?
No, I heard it was good. Actually,
Amazing.
Really?
Incredible. Ralph Fiennes. The fucking man, dude.
Ralph Fiennes, his name is.
Oh, really? I thought it was Fiennes.
I was Joseph Fiennes, Ralph Fiennes.
He's French. No.
Yeah, I still don't know if that's how it would be pronounced in French. I don't know.
Anyway.
We sometimes get into little pronunciation wars. Not today.
It was his chew, by the way, the entire time. I'm not gonna.
I know. It was his
I'll never
chew.
forget
It
that.
was his chew.
All right, but
My whole life living a lie. Then I had to eschew it.
You're the kind of
learned
guy
my
that like
lesson.
10 years later, you're like, I said it's chew. You said it's cute. And I'd be
I
like,
do
what?
not.
Ah, what? Ah.
I am not.
But you're right. It's so funny seeing this World Cup because what you're seeing now is kind of a new world order where like everyone's cowing to the Arab money because money has always been the game. And so now you're seeing like these guys, I read about this. They're giving like this favorable reporting to all, even Qatar now. There's like constant shit coming at them. Stories about it.
We've just gone totally mask off with like the pernicious neoliberal effects on life as we know it.
We're going mask on. We're going veil on.
Veil on, mask off, veil on, right?
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what it is. Everything is corrupt. Everything, but they still have just a very thin patina of like everything's normal though, guys. This is all good. What's happening? Qatar is good, and if you don't like it, you're racist.
Hey, open your heart.
Yeah.
Don't be xenophobic.
Yeah. It's amazing because they're like, oh, you don't like that they're not letting gays in? Well, you're Islamophobic, bitch.
Yeah.
That's like the vibe, right?
They just learned that word 2 days ago, and now they're using it like this. Like
What? Who?
the white FIFA people, like,
Islamophobic.
Islamophobia is a problem. It's like, bitch, look at your own country.
Look at your fucking country.
Look at your own country. Do y'all out loud the burkini, you know? I don't know anybody who hates God more than a French person. I swear to God, those guys really read the
They've
Camus.
always had a pretty tenuous relationship
Bro,
with him. Yeah.
these motherfuckers were begging
Yeah,
for someone to
imagine.
kill God.
I feel for them a little bit. Just imagine all these existentialist motherfuckers, all the children of that movement, who are just like, finally, we're free of this idiotic Christian influence. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of Muslims are in there, like, "What up? We actually believe our shit, bitch."
The French Quran is The Stranger by Albert Camus. They love that.
It's actually the 120 Days of Sodom by the Marquis de Sade. We like to eat poop.
We eat poop. Hello, welcome to our country. We eat poop. And the Muslims are like, we're still staying here.
Yeah.
They try to use that as like to deterrent. We eat poop here. You don't want
Yeah,
this.
you
We
don't
love
want to
poop.
come here,
Don't-
Mohammed. You don't
we're-
like it here.
We're eating poop in the streets.
Yeah.
And they're
Pain de chocolat is our poop. Yeah.
it's pen the poop, actually. If you know the thing. And they're like, no problem, we'll stay here.
Yeah.
French people hate God. They hate God.
They really do.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's interesting because all of the like woke kinds of things that we're experiencing now in this
Yeah.
country are all trickle down from like French intellectuals from like the
Enlightenment.
60s, 70s.
Oh, you mean 1970s?
No, I mean, 1970s.
Gotcha,
you know
gotcha.
what I mean? It's interesting. It's very interesting. Like cultural critical theory, and all this shit that we're dealing with now. All this stuff started with French people.
Well, they were the most hateful, so I guess they would start doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had the most issues
I don't know.
with racists coming in.
No, I mean, there's some
'Cause
really
don't they
smart
think
dudes.
they're the highest falutin European culture, so
Right.
wouldn't they think still that anyone not European is kind of a savage?
It's different. They're very like I can't understand a lot of those. I don't really know that much about. I've read Foucault. I've read a little
Narrative
bit of
therapy guy.
Of what's the guy with the fingernails? Not Alain Badiou. I read one book of his. This guy Deleuze.
Sure.
Yeah, I read a little bit of him. It's like, but you get to a certain point. I was in a psychoanalysis reading group for a while, and we were reading everybody from all the way from Freud, Jung, all the way. We were going very sequential.
Jung.
Then as soon as we get to this guy Lacan, I was like, I think I'm done now. I just could not. It was like unintelligible. It was
I
like
try to
totally
read Foucault.
unintelligible.
Foucault is incredibly dense. Like, I can't get to
It's
it.
very dense stuff. Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're gay.
yeah, it's just, that's basically is what
You're
it
gay,
is.
dude. Because he was trying to write a whole book on why it's okay to be gay. His whole book is like, actually, the thing about dicks is that, narratively.
Another vitamin that you get from dicks. Didn't know if you knew
Freud
this.
was you want to fuck your mom. Foucault's everyone's gay.
Everyone's gay.
Isn't everyone gay?
I don't know if that is but a smart guy as well. Anyway,
no, Foucault's gay.
that I know.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he's definitely gay. And
Foucault
he-
is just the French.
I think he was also like a
Foucault's
pedophile. He like paid for sex with like a 10-year-olds in Morocco and shit like that.
What's up?
If no gays are allowed at the World Cup, are they just turning away everyone from Barcelona?
Oh.
Barcelona.
Barcelona's so gay, even saying it 3 times makes you gayer.
Wait, is Barcelona notoriously or famously gay?
No, I just think the is pretty gay.
The lisp, right? Barcelona.
Because all the Spanish there in Catalonia is like.
Yeah.
You
Zapatos. You like my food? My zapatos?
want some tapas? You want some tapas? Le di some tapas.
I love pussy. That's one thing. Because I don't know anybody hornier than Spanish dudes either, actually. But one thing I really love is pussy.
Pussy.
Give me some more pussy.
Pussy here, pussy there.
Le titis and pussy.
Pussy all the day, Sunday, Saturday. Yeah, Spanish people are
I
crazy.
don't do that gay shit, though. Okay?
That's why you like, do I really respect their terrorists in the Basque region, you know? hey, America says the United States, the States.
Batatuna.
But
Isn't that the name of the...
we are serious.
We're very serious.
We're serious about this. Hey, suck this, suck on this.
It's horrid.
Do you guys know that Mike Tyson was from Barcelona? Let me at him.
Stupid.
Let me at him.
Let me at him. Get him, Gus D'Amato, my trainer. Put me out from the Basque country.
The Basque country.
No, fuck you in your ass till you love me.
Fucking you actually love me. I love it, dude. But that's it. I when I'm watching the World Cup, I don't know what's going on anymore. Because, it's interesting. You were decolonized a lot longer than I was. But when I was watching stuff, as a brown guy, I was like, France rocks. Right. Germany rocks.
Right.
It was like so deep in me.
Well, I mean, look, if you like soccer, if you get into any sports team, you just get into the dynamics of the game. And then who cares? You like France, you like Germany. Why? Why shouldn't you like them?
You know
is
what I'm
my
saying?
point. It's all stupid.
For sure. It is all
know?
stupid. But when you're a kid, you don't equate team as different. It's like all just like, oh, France is France. Yeah. The French soccer team is France. So France must be better.
If your sports allegiances are related to your nationalism or your ethnicity, like you're going to be very sad as a Bangladeshi or an Indian or a Pakistani watching the World Cup.
100%.
Okay,
that's why we hold on. You have to understand, when
you better get into cricket or something.
That's why any win we get. It's kind of sad, actually, for brown people who like watching these sports because we'll be like, "Did you do the water boy?
Yeah,
that's a brown guy. Yeah. Oh, his name's Kumar for sure."
Well, I did just read about a UK Indian basketball player named Josh Sharma, and I was like, his name had to be Josh, though. You know what I mean? Couldn't just be full on Indian. It couldn't be fucking Venkatesh. Yeah, it couldn't be Dole sound.
Jackson. I'd rather have the first name be brown and the second name be white.
Same.
Because it hits you in the face quicker.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Dharmendra Lee.
Smith.
Fine, Smith, whatever. But that first name is what you call him. Boom. Yeah. Hit him.
I used to do a joke about that, similar to that.
Yeah, Montgomery Chong,
right? About this is how you know it's a white country. I want to see some Ling Ling Smiths.
Yeah.
You know, some Kim Jong Jacksons.
Kim Jong Jackson.
Yeah, I want to go black.
Because Kim Jong Un loves Dennis Rodman so much. The successor will be like named Tyrone Jong Un.
That would be hilarious if he did. If he was really into Wu-Tang. He was like, RZA, Kim.
Wu-Tang already sounds like a Korean guy's name,
it does,
to be honest.
It's true.
My name
it's
is
Chinese,
Wu-Tang.
Technically.
Yeah. Well, Wu-Tang is... Tang is a drink.
I knew. You always get a certain look in your face before you say something kind of retarded, and you had it. And that look, the interesting thing about that look is like, in another person, you'd be like, oh, something really intelligent's about to come out. It's like you get very serious. Like, I guess the tang comes from pussy.
I'll be honest, that retarded face lasted a little too long. Usually I'm pretty quicker with that. I was just like, tang is...
It's like you start looking with your lazy eye. The one, it's like that one gets serious. That comes into focus.
Dude, as I get older, that buffer region will increase. And by the time I'm 80, I'll be like, So that's just gonna that moment is gonna get longer and longer, boys. I'm aging. Next story. Anything else we want to talk about for the
World
last
Cup?
word? Yeah.
Oh, very interesting story out of the UK. UK census just dropped. Looks like not a lot of Christians. The Christian population in the UK is England and Wales are now minority Christian countries.
Crazy,
census reveals, is a Guardian article. Crazy. And now they have two super minority cities, I believe. Leicester, obviously, per the communal violence. And I forget what the other one was, maybe Luton or some shit like that.
I love the Guardian too because they're like
minority majority cities, and we're entering into a phase of Leicester, Luton, and Birmingham are now greater than 50% black and minority ethnic.
It's interesting because Britain people are so interesting because like the Guardian, right? They're like, there's no more whites left. They have a picture. It's like two black people in the picture. They're taking over. Yeah. But it's like, we are. I mean, here's the thing. You're going to colonize the whole world. There's going to be some...
That's my whole point with this. This is my whole point with this. Is like, I don't see how they can... This should be a cautionary tale to other wannabe colonialists.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is what happens. You bring... It's a form of diversification. It's the first step to becoming a diverse place is by colonizing.
Boom.
Okay? Is through colonization of some sorts. That is how it happens.
British people went into Jamaica. They went to fucking all these places. And now they're all back.
Now they're all coming down. What do you think is going to happen?
We make babies, dude.
Yeah.
Because we're sexier. So everyone's fucking more. You know? Y'all have terrible skin by the time you're 50. Everyone stops fucking. Everyone stops having kids.
It's true.
Like London, white people don't really be banging like that.
Yeah, plus unemployment and economics to education and all that. The dumber you are, the more you want to fuck
Boom.
in there. You know what I mean? You want to have a bunch of kids.
You think after like a long day at the food cart, I'm not gonna fuck?
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's the one thing
all
that you
I
have.
got.
It's the one thing that your God permits you to do is to fuck and have kids.
Fuck 'em.
You know?
Okay.
And to beat those kids. Those are the two things you got in this life until you get a fucking a master's degree.
Dude,
Okay?
and here's the thing is like, and those working class brown people who are first of all like under the poverty, like 40% of Bengalis are under the poverty line. I didn't know this.
Oh, in England?
in
Because I
Britain.
just read another story
Yeah.
where it's actually Bangladeshis are now the
coming
best
up.
educated
We're
in
coming
England.
up. But I think in that we're currently, and that
Yeah.
next generation's coming up, but that there's like 44% or something is underneath the
Probably,
poverty line,
yeah.
which is like insane because they're all Sileti.
Saletis.
You know what I'm saying? Little Sileti racism there. Little Sileti racism there, dude. Where do I stand? I think it's good. Fuck Britain, dude. Good.
I mean, to me, it's just a natural consequence. The thing is, like, when we were talking about Rishi Sunak and all that stuff, like, obviously Rishi Sunak is a shitbird, right?
Yeah.
He's a full retard. There's nothing interesting or good about him, per
Right.
se, as a politician. It's just hilarious, though, that it's an Indian guy who is prime minister of this country now. Like, that to me, on a purely visual level,
Yeah.
is like a karmic justice and is hilarious.
Dude, if British people did not colonize India, Rishi would be like on a loom somewhere.
Exactly.
Making some beautiful
He'd
clothes.
be meditating out in the jungle.
You know, hanging out with the lion.
Okay.
Hanging out. You get to have Boris Kagan too, or whatever the fuck you're gonna get. But
Wait, what?
you know, so like the next prime minister.
Okay, yeah.
You know, whatever his name is, Willie, not Boris Kagan.
The comedian. I was like, what? I'm actually doing his show tonight, ironically. Bushwick Bears.
Boris Johnson. Whoops. Boris Kagan. Oh my God.
This is your problem in life, is that you spend too much time in the world of comedy.
Yeah.
So all of your references are like like comedians who nobody knows about. You know what I mean? So all your references.
Dude, I can do a killer Ryan Stout impression.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear it? Who wants to hear my Ryan Stout impression? Anybody?
Oh my gosh, what a calamity. That reminds me of when Phil 987 did da 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 da. Like, no, nobody knows.
But the real ones now, dude. The real ones now.
Remember John Panette Ramsey?
John Panetta.
You guys said that like a year ago.
Fat John.
Yeah.
John Panette Ramsey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't even remember this guy.
Bro, don't even talk about me. You did like a 40-minute Curtis Sumter reference. So don't,
Okay,
even,
listen.
don't even come at your boy.
You know why it was You know why it was relevant though.
Okay.
You just compared Boris Johnson to Boris Kagan.
It was a mess up of the head. I wasn't trying to do that.
And shouts to Boris Kagan. We love you, buddy. You're a great,
guy.
funny guy.
Great guy. You don't deserve any space on this podcast right now. Here's is like the actual article I was reading about the Christians like going down. It's an interesting thing because the humanists come out right whenever these like they have these stories about like religious people becoming less religious. Humanists all go like, yeah, proof that God is not real. You heard it here. They take one stat and they start going a little off on it. You know what I'm saying? Like in the article.
Right. Okay. So here's my thing, right? I sort of understand what you're talking about. I think here's the problem is that it's not that like there's more religions. It's not like it's like Islam is now the largest religion in the UK or something like that, right? It's still there was probably more Christians than Muslims or Hindus, etc. in the UK. But Christianity is rapidly depleting from white countries.
Yeah.
This is the thing, right? And so now what do they do with the white country? Now they're always trying to go over to other countries to convert people of color, right? South Americans, South Asians, Africans, because the business is not booming anymore in first world European Western nations.
Can I say I've seen it firsthand when I go back to Buffalo? There's churches that condense together. So like the Catholic church that I grew up in got so small that
They had to
they had to
consolidate.
combine with another church.
Right.
And it happened with my grandparents' church. They're all just like combining
It's gonna
parishes.
keep doing that until there's one Mexican lady left.
Yeah, there's like one single Mexican Pentecostal woman with a snake, talking to snakes, handling snakes.
Who was
and
actually
speaking in
only there to
tongues.
clean the church.
But these,
She's not even there to actually pray. They just hired her to clean. Might as well just pray if you're
And
here.
it's like it's wild. Christianity is rapid. I do a joke about this where it's like they're like I'm Buddhist or whatever and all that. You can look on my IG for this joke. But white people or Christians are not in the white zone anymore.
All the denominations are also decreasing. Anglicans decreasing.
Right, they're talking now
Baptists
after this
decreasing.
that like they need to disestablish
Right.
the Church of England.
The only denomination that's increasing is pedophile. That's the only one that's like going up.
I know.
Seems like there's more Christian pedophiles. Less Christians.
Yeah.
More Christian pedophiles.
Dude, I mean, it's like, look at all the scandals, all the pedophile shit.
That was big.
Dude, huge.
Dude, that was one of the big things that just everyone just was like,
Dude, huge.
off.
Look, the Catholic Church also probably single-handedly most responsible for AIDS in Africa, right? Because you'd be out there like, don't use condoms, it's against God. And it's like,
Also, you know how interesting that Catholics got hit with it? Because they had the no marriage rule. Baptists escaped. You know what I'm saying? Anabaptists escaped. No one else has the pedophile
Banana
thing.
Baptist escape.
Yeah. What else do I know? Methodists escaped. But only Catholics had that fucking rule of like, you can't marry anybody, priest. It seems like a direct correlation if you don't let them fucking. Why don't they just fuck women, though?
You mean they're going to release the valve and become a pedo?
Pedo. Think about it. Only Catholics had that.
Anywhere
thing.
you have an institution, centralized institutions of power, though, you have those people, though, right? And that where there's access to kids. That's why you have it in Hollywood, and that's why you have it in churches.
Well, I never understood why they didn't just go for defenseless women who are like of age. Why do they have to go with the kids? Because it's more secretive.
I don't know. I mean, I know. My point is, I think that's why pedophiles flock towards those places because there's access to kids.
You think it's chicken or egg situation? I was thinking Christianity makes the pedophile. You're saying pedophiles come to Christianity
or to Catholicism,
Catholicism, right?
right, or maybe into other like.
You're saying
like
that pedophiles were already pedophiles before they became priests.
Well, yes.
That's an interesting. I never thought about that.
I think a lot of them do, right? I think a lot of them were probably molested by priests, and then were like, "Well, I guess I have to get into the business now. I've been bitten by Dracula, you know. Now I'm a vampire too."
I want to fuck your butt.
They go in, yeah.
I think I used to have this idea that there's a verse they say that activates.
That it's like the religion is so effete compared to Islam. It's like it makes you a little pussy, you know.
Don't read Ecclesiastes. It's gonna make you.
It's one magic psalm.
It's really sexy. You say it, you're like, I have this thirst all of a sudden for a boy dick. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. That's what I thought for a long time.
Right.
It's an incantation in a Bible.
That is. It was just somehow in the religion.
It's hidden between two pages. You open a page in a page, and it's like
this religion makes you a pedophile.
they read that verse and they're like, it's in Latin or something.
Right.
Anna Batola Boyoya.
It's like a Harry Potter spell.
It's some Roman ancient kid. They read it and they become gay. They become pedophiles. Pedophilium sanctum.
Pedophilium rectum.
Rectum insertum.
Pedophilius rectus.
Pedophilius rectus insertum. Lovis delicious. In boys we trust. Boyus unum eunuch. Anyway.
Anum.
Boys anum. That's what I thought. But that's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if America's on that thing, because before this will be a real thing, I think China's going to take over before anything like this happens, of like people caring about if white are becoming less minorities, or because I think it'll become all of us versus China pretty soon.
Okay.
That's my take.
China
becomes the white people before
of the world.
Before we all give a fuck about like white minority, blah blah blah. It'll be China becomes the new white, and we'll be too preoccupied with
so you
China
think they're going to
give a fuck.
institute there's going to be a new global caste system with China at the top.
China at the top. That's what I think.
It's credible.
You know?
It is credible. That's what all the right wingers in this country are basically sounding the alarm to that.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to listen to them because aesthetically it's like, ooh, who wants to be associated with these guys?
Right.
But then all of our corporations here and all that are like totally in the pockets of the Chinese, the
100%.
Chinese government, right? Because they have a huge market and
They're like taking over Africa. They like own Africa now, all right? Every country.
apparently, yeah.
Like
But
Angola.
listen, let's be real. The only reason we're upset about that is because we want to be owning these places, you know?
Of course. I mean, dude, I had a joke about this that that stopped working.
It's all power. It's all
Dude.
of this is about power and nothing else.
I've
All the human rights,
Yeah.
this and that. It's all a costume
100%.
for vulgar, slavering for power.
But get excited. In 2050, you can say Asians can't drive, and you're just sticking it to the man.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
you're punching up then.
You're punching up, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Why is it there's no more Christianity among white people? Now it's all POCs who are becoming Christian, right?
Right.
It's like it's like cigarettes. It has the same trajectory, actually. It's all third world country people who are Christians and who smoke cigarettes. White people, no, we vape and we're Buddhists, you pussies.
Well, again, Indians in Malu, all my Malu friends were Christian when I grew up.
Yeah.
All my Malu friends. It was heavy duty. Heavy duty. I mean, there was one sect that was called Kana. You ever heard about this?
No.
Literally, it's all descendants of one guy named Thomas of Kana.
Right.
And their vibe is inbred too. All these, the most gooniest Indians,
Weird,
bro,
yeah.
were these Kanas that I met with.
Yeah, I always get weirded out by, I'll of course always tolerate Muslims.
Right.
I'm kidding. Of course I don't. No. But when it comes to like Malu Christians, it's always hard for me to get over. I'm like, wait, what is your name?
Yeah.
It's Joseph Jacob? Like what? The weird fucking weirdness of the two Christian first names
So
is your
weird.
whole name.
Hi, my name is Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Your name's Matt Damon? Wait, what? It's so weird. I mean, either with Malus, they go for the last name. They go either full first white name, John Jacob,
Jim
Thomas,
Yeah.
or they go like Jacob Kuriakos.
Yeah, exactly. Philip Swami Das.
Swami, like full
Yeah,
blast.
yeah.
Or like what was the most Indian name of
Tony Swami Das.
One of my brown friends was saying Nigel. I'm like, Nigel?
That's not even biblical,
Come
bitch.
on, that's just a white guy's name.
That's just white.
But his name was Nigel Taimuriel. How? It's always been funny to hang out with these fucking brown dudes because they're all heavy Christians too.
Yeah,
Fully
they're
Christian.
believers.
I mean, fully, dude.
Yeah.
And the Kanas we had the Martos. Martos were the Methodist version, the brown Methodist. We had the Pentecostal, which was even crazier. These brown chicks couldn't wear jewelry. They were fucking though. They were all fucking, but they were all in the, secret live. But I just was like, really? I used to go to their tournaments. They used to have like basketball tournaments. So they took our thing, the Islamic thing, and they put it there. Anything to keep the fucking men in the religion, right?
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
And so I would go to those things. And so it was all a very Christian life. And these Indians were fully in the mix, dude.
Yeah. Man, you guys are good at that. All the like Abrahamic desert
Yeah.
religions, really good at recruitment.
What do they even do? I don't know what their vibe is.
Who?
How do they recruit? The first guy to walk into a
There's many different ways. Like in the countries, there are things. People,
Yeah.
there's a derogatory slur where people call them rice bags because
was
it's like they were converted because somebody gave them a bag of rice, right? So that's one. That's a derogative thing to say, and I don't endorse that. I do. No, I don't. That's one way.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's so much fucked upness and inequality and caste bullshit in India.
That's one of the main things, right? Like
It's very easy. It's easy pickings to be like, hey, no, we're all equal. Even though, of course, they never actually leave the caste shit behind, though, is the thing.
because the white guy will come in, they're like, "Do you hate shoveling shit?"
Yeah,
What if I could tell you that you could still shovel shit, but now you're going to heaven?
exactly. Exactly.
The shit shoveling is going
Yeah.
to be there, but afterwards,
Yeah, we got a plan for you. Okay. Which is not that dissimilar of a pitch for a Hindu, right? It's like, oh, do this karmically, and then the next life, it'll be
Of
better
course.
for you. You'll move up in the ranks.
we talked about this. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
we have.
But
We have. There's a lot of different ways.
Christianity was never the vibe. I mean, it never looked fun. I could see it, the writing on the wall.
I mean,
The vibe
none
was
of
off.
them are really very fun. Hinduism in practice should be the funnest, but sometimes you see how they be operating, and you're just like, all right, bro, just chill. You know,
You know,
Just
like
chill.
what is it? Fascism, Nazism, the same thing. Same with like either BJP, Islam. It's the same. Yo, it's so opposite. It's
I
the
know it
same.
just becomes so like. But look, at the same time, what I will say is I do like the expurgation of Western influence. I think that is a positive thing that
Sure.
should happen.
Sure.
In India.
Now, what-
Because you
what-
look at like Indian media now, and it's just so dick riding of like America,
Right.
It's like they have no actual sense of self as Indians, right? It's all
Well, the
like
BJP is
filtered
a-
through the lens of white people.
Sure.
The BJP offers a quote,
reactionary.
yeah, it's very right, and it's a quote unquote decolonial modality, right? That they kind of purport to operate through of these guys are all colonized and
Right,
this
right.
and that, and we're not. And the problem is that they're not totally wrong.
That's the problem. You hang with a white guy enough, you become a terrorist. Every single one. You hang out with a white guy enough, you want to blow shit up. That's the vibe.
How did white guy come into that?
Because Christianity, right? Like all Western culture.
Yeah.
You know, all Boko Haram, all these terrorist groups are just like reactions of white capitalism, right? Like Western capitalism.
Oh, I see.
So
what
what I'm saying is like you hang out with a white guy enough,
Right.
you just start blowing shit up. This is enough. Enough, Chad.
It's not true. We hang out with Joe a lot. And blow up anything.
You don't think we've gotten more insane as we hang out with this
That
guy?
is actually true. That is true. All right, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
This has been Mango Bay. We love y'all. Stay fucking with us. Patreon, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, all that good shit. We've got so much content for you guys. Just go check it out. Do a deep dive. We love y'all. Thank you.
Your mango bay.